Hello, my friends. Today we're going to talk about how to facilitate decision making with your team. I have a framework I want to show you. It's called the Dig Sieve approach. It's great for teams. And there are three things that you need to use with the Dig Sieve approach. You need a team of individuals who are ready to collaborate, but you also need to have a problem, which you talk about. You also need to have the ability to brainstorm, have a blank area using Miro or whiteboard or some other tool where you can collaborate collectively for it to work best. So let's jump into the whiteboard that I have for this to just show you how it could be. Now, if you have Miro, it's more sophisticated than a plain old whiteboard, but I want to show you the 5 steps. If you are facilitating team agreement, you could start off by defining together the problem. So the way you approach this is you ask the team to individually define the problem. That is step 1. And when you ask the team to individually define the problem, you ask them to use an area of the board, an area of the Miro board, where everyone has a Post-it, and you're going to have a number of defined problems. And the question is, do all of these tally? If they all tally, great. We know we're talking about the same problem. But if they don't tally, we could also uncover additional problems, new problems that you didn't even know were a problem. So you ask the team to individually identify, to define the problem. And then you go to step 2, which is asking the team to identify what the root cause of the problem is. Now, before you get to this stage, you need to label these problems so that you know you're talking about the same problem. So let's say the pressing problem or impediment is A, even though we've got B and C. We're going to come back to B and C, but we're going with A, right? So the next step will be to identify the root cause of problem A. Again, you are going to use the power of the Miro board or some other tool that allows for collaboration. So everyone on the team is going to participate, and they're going to help identify what the root cause of A is. So guess what? You're going to have another set of Post-it notes or ideas that are cataloged. So you got the root cause of A. And you're going to have multiple impressions about the root cause of A. So someone could say the root cause of A is reason 1. Or reason 2. Or reason 3. Again, you need to reconcile and decide as a team what the root cause is. Okay. When you understand the root cause, or you could even say root causes, you then move into step 3 and you generate alternatives to solve these root causes. And it could be that you get one silver bullet that takes care of all the root causes, or you have multiple alternatives. So you could have multiple alternatives to solve the problem. So again, you're going to use the power of the team, harness that Miro board, and again, ask the team to generate alternatives that solve the problem. It could be that you have multiple alternatives, yes. And we'll just say alt 1, alternative 1, alternative 2, alternative 3. What you will do at this point is collate all of these and then move into the next step, which is to choose the best or most fitting alternative. In other words, the solution. And how do you do this? You do this by using a number of decision-making techniques such as straight hand up, hand down, or thumbs up, thumbs down, sideways. Or you could use, if you have the ability to do that in whatever tool you're using, something like dot voting. So you carry out some dot voting on these items that you have from here. So these alternatives you could vote on them. So let me give you a visual that better explains what I'm talking about. So you have a situation like this where you use dot voting. Everyone on the team has a dot and they vote where they think the alternative that's going to work best is. So you can see we have 2 team members said alternative 1, 1 said alternative 2, and we have 4 that say alternative 3. And that becomes our idea for how we go with a solution that people gravitate towards. So we go with this, we say this is our best solution, or this is the first line of attack we're going to take. It's very important you allow the team feel heard. Now, when it comes to these solutions, you might have so many solutions that you got to group them using an affinity diagram. So I'll say use an affinity diagram to group ideas generated. Because you could get a whole lot of ideas, so this is the same thought you want to use for every step. Where you may need to use an affinity diagram, go ahead and do it. This is a kind of nominal group technique where you're voting to get the best idea. And number 5, implement the solution. And last but not least, number 6, check the effectiveness. Check the solution effectiveness. And that could take some time to do, but this is a framework that you have and you can use with your team. Okay. So if your team needs to make a decision and you're wondering how to use a framework to do it, the dig-sieve approach, as coined by me, no one else calls it this, this would be your approach to solving problems. Again, I call it the dig-sieve approach. DIG-CIV. Great framework for problem solving, gives you direction, gives you a method to the madness, and gives you some focus so that your team is not lost. And it actually shows the team that you are used to solving problems. It's not just coming upon you suddenly and taking you by surprise. So that's a dig-sieve approach, my friends. Thank you very much. If you got any questions about this, put in the comments below. I'm going to do my best to put a little PNG of this to remind you of the dig-sieve approach. Thank you very much. Don't forget to hit like for this video and subscribe to the channel and share with your friends. You take care and bye for now.